start with heartbreaking news in Battle Creek. An 11-year-old child hit and killed by a deputy's cruiser. We just learned that deputy did not have his lights or sirens on when this crash happened.
24-hour News 8's Catherine Ducharme was at a news conference that wrapped up just minutes ago. She's live with new information today. Catherine.
Hey, yeah, and the Calhoun County Sheriff also mentioned, the 11-year-old boy, like we've been saying, he was on a motorbike, also called a pocket bike. He said that it appears the boy pulled out in front of the patrol car. He also noted that the boy was not wearing a helmet. We know this happened around 9:30 last night at the intersection of Michigan Avenue and Lennon Street. We're told the deputy was headed to a robbery in the city of Springfield when the 11-year-old boy on the motorbike was hit. We know the boy was taken to Bronson Hospital. That's where he later died from his injuries. The deputy involved had been in law enforcement for over 20 years. We know that he was not hurt.
I can tell you that the deputy, the vehicle involved from the sheriff's office did not have lights and sirens on, and that the pocket bike is not made for use on the roadway, and it did not have lights on.
Do you know if the deputy was speeding at all?
So, like I mentioned, at this time, I do not have the information on the accident reconstruction. That will be provided to us as we move down the road, and it will likely take some time.
What about what's next for this deputy?
So, unfortunately, this deputy has to live with this incident for the rest of his life. So what's next for him right now is we're trying to get him some help to get through this, to make sure he gets through this and comes out the other side okay. And just like any other person involved with an incident like this, we would try and find that help for that person. And we sit here today grieving for the parents of that 11-year-old child that lost his life yesterday. My prayers and my heart goes out to that family. In this case, the 11-year-old boy should not be operating that pocket bike on a roadway.
Is it so?
I'm not saying that to apply any fault, because MSP is doing that investigation. The parents are grieving. They lost their 11-year-old son, as any parent would be grieving, any family member would be grieving. It's a tragic incident that many people are grieving over this morning, and since it happened. It hits home for all of us.
The sheriff said that they were not releasing the boy's name out of respect for the family, but we do know he was a 5th grader at Verona Elementary. We also know that those students will be offered grief counselors. And they also mentioned, the sheriff said that they are still waiting for autopsy and toxicology reports. They're going to be holding an internal investigation. Otherwise, the investigation as a whole has been handed over to Michigan State Police. We have a crew following the rest of the story for you throughout the day. They'll have updates for you tonight at 5 and 6. For now, live in Marshall, Catherine Ducharme, 24-hour News 8.